Hey peeps, so I finished one of the recipe journals that I told you that I was going to create. Excuse any background noises, you know, NYC life. So this one is done. This is the vintage looking one that I got from Selena. And let me just tell you the measurements really quick. It is 8 inches wide by 9 inches long, and the spine is an inch and a half. So I just have this beautiful burlap and lace ribbon around it just to make it look cute. And I've had this little kettle in my stash for such a long time. So I just use a safety pin that I alcohol inked and hung it on there because I thought, it matched the whole vintage style. So I was going for kind of like a country farmhouse theme in here. And yeah, I used a couple of digital kits, and I will link them all down below and let you know where I got everything from. So I'm going to slide this off just because it's easier so I can keep the pretty bow. Okay, so I went back and forth on whether to cover the whole thing, but I really love the cover of it, and I just couldn't bear to cover the whole thing. So I left the cover, but I wanted to use that fabric that I showed you guys that I got from Danny's shop, who is Junk Journals and More. So this is what it looks like. Let me kind of open her up so you can see how pretty. Hopefully you can see. It has the little barn and the little rooster on it. It's so cute. And then I have this eyelet lace that I stitched onto the fabric. And underneath the fabric is some felt because I kind of wanted it to have that quilt feel to it. So it's a little soft here. And so, yeah. So that's what the back looks like. And because this came from a thrift store, there are some markings and a couple of little stains, but I personally think that adds to the character. Um, but so yeah, speaking of which, there's a couple of little stains and markings from the binder itself. This was very used, as you can see, is from the binder here. And then there's a couple of little stains, nothing crazy. I thought about covering it, but I like the whole substitution and measurement thing, so I thought it was pretty cool. This is actually not vintage, it's from 2000, but I thought it was. So, okay, so the first thing you see here, this is the farmhouse kitchen. No, that's not what it's called. I think she just calls it farm style kit. I'm not even sure. But it's from Shawcraft One, My Old Barn Door on Etsy, and Shawcraft One here on YouTube. This is her digital kit, and I used her kit in here. This came with the binder. So I printed it on some cardstock. Let me tell you, my printer does not like cardstock, and I was a little nervous because anytime I try to print on cardstock, it does not act right. But it acted pretty good on doing, when I printed this out. So I was really happy. So I have some ruffled um fabric that I added here. And I'm gonna have to go back and forth because there's a lot of flip outs. Um, so yeah, there's a recipe card here, and this I got from Aaliyah. She sent me that, so you can add a little recipe there, which I think is so cute. I don't know where she got that from, but it's super cute. And then there's just an altered paper clip that I just tied some of that gingham fabric in a bow, all off. And then there's this cute little stamp. I think I showed you guys these stamps that I thought went with the fabric really well. So I added that. And then I made a pocket out of this fabric. I was going back and forth whether or not to use this fabric and the other fabric, but I decided to use that one and then just cut out little pieces and make pockets with this one. So I stitched it on some cardstock, and then I added this eyelet lace that has the little hearts, and then there is a fabric tag. There's lots of fabric tags in here. So there's a bunch of vintage recipe pages from different books. This came in the binder. So this is just a full page page protector. You can put your, bigger recipes in there. And then it came with these big recipe cards, which I actually really love. So you get a few of them in here. And again, gotta go back and forth. There's some vintage recipes from my many books that I picked up at the thrift store. Some little stickers that I thought went really well. They got that little country Mary Ingle Bright type of feel to them. And I thought the little fruit was appropriate to go with this page. And again, this one flips out. This is a vintage label print that I got from, I can't remember, some free site. But I'm just stitched around it because I backed it on some cardstock and I stitched it and I just made it a tuck spot for just some recipe cards. And then I added some washi. It says made with love, and some more fabric ruffle. These are so cute because they have little hearts in them. I don't know if you could see that, but it has little hearts. And I thought it went really cute with the little house. And then here is some more. Oops. Gotta remember to go back and forth. So yeah, some recipes from, again, different books. Okay. And this is a little piece of scrap that I stitched on some cardstock, and I made a little tuck spot with it. And then these are just from, oh my goodness, I can't remember the site, but I shrunk them down and made them like journal cards. Here's some more of the page protectors. And then I made some large tags because, like I said, my printer wasn't acting right. So with the pages that came out imperfect, I made some large tags with them. And this one I just paper pieced one of my Prima dolls on there. I like this because it says keep it classy and slightly sassy. So, and then this is just some torn denim that I stapled up here, and altered paper clip, just with some flowers and some fabric. I'm planning to make some, oops, I got the guest checks, pink and the blue that I had tucked in here. What I was going to say. Oh, I plan to make some fall folder recipe journals like I did before with the Prima dolls on the cover, because I have so much paper left over since I used Diane's kit. So here's another one of those, what do you call it, food labels. And I just stitched it and put a little, one of my paper tabs that I like to make. Again, I made a little pocket that I stitched on cardstock. And then this just some little grocery lists. Thought it went nice with the gingham. Okay. I feel like I'm taking such a long time. And then I did a little bit of stamping. Kiss the Cook. This flips out. Here's another pocket I made with some gingham fabric. And here's another one of fabric tabs with that cute little fabric. I could not punch a hole in it because it was going to go in her face. Here's another one of the labels. And I just put another one of my paper tabs on there. So this could be used not only like for recipes, but for me, I think they could be used to document like family dinners or whatnot, some eyelet trim, and you know, stuff like that. So these mason jars that you will see are from Seneca Pond. Thank you, Danny, for telling me about these. So I just stitched it on some cardstock. Here is a little pickle bag that you can use. I left you some room, so in case you wanted to glue it someplace. And then, of course, I have some lace on some of the pages. I don't even think I pointed that out. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why, but I love making recipe type journals. This is a really, really nice kit from Diane. Really, really nice. And I have this pretty fabric that I did a ruff with. Just thought it went so well with her kit. And then here's another one of the little scraps that I used. And there is a tag in here if I can get it out. So little tag. You hear the birds? It's like I live in a country somewhere. I got a little yarn at the top. And then this little, I've had this in my stash and I kept forgetting to use it. Little coffee can, chock full of nuts coffee can from Seven Gypsies. And then here, this is one of my newer recipe journals. I mean, pages. This is like my favorite page. I don't remember what paper collection that is. And then another one of those stickers. Home is where the heart is. I don't know why I keep opening that up. You get the point. This is from a a vintage decorating book. And it's a kitchen. So I thought I would put it in there because it was pretty cool. That's a big kitchen. Pretty big kitchen. And I love this side because it has the gingham and that bright yellow. It is a little, you know, fragile. So be careful. And then this is some fabric from Danny's shop, who's Junk Journals and More. This is like I think I have one more little piece of this. I used this on the other recipe book that I had. And some more of that lace. And then I did some washi here. Because my printer, on some of the pages, it left like a little couple of black marks. So I just put some washi tape over it. And here. Then I used a little stamp up there. And that flips out. My fabric ruffles are bending. Here's another one of those labels. Some recipe cards. Oops, that way. Flatten it out. And then, oh wait, here we go. Thought I was missing something. And then we have a peanuts bag and another one of the mason jars from Seneca Pond. And it's another little sticker. Then this doesn't have any pictures on it. Well, it does. It has an illustration that I loved on there. So I added that in there. It looked nice next to this paper, I thought. And then I added another one of my little stamps. Isn't she so cute? Oh my gosh. So adorable. And that one flips out. This, I don't know if this is chenille or not. This is not from Laura's shop. I got this in Happy Mail, but that yellow was just so pretty. And then I just had this little, I cut these little apples out and stitched it on some lace. And then I added some fabric tags, and then this is a paint chip. It just had chocolate on it, so I just added it in there. I didn't punch any of the holes in the fabric just because, I don't know. I just like it when it doesn't have the fabric. When I do the fabric tabs, the fabric tags, I like them not to have holes, but you can all obviously punch holes if you like. So I made this altered paper clip from some scraps that I had left over from the cover, the spine, I mean. Just sewed that little heart-shaped button on there. And then there is just Betty Crocker card and another recipe card. There was so much stuff that I could not put in here because it was becoming a monster. So I had all these plans to put all this stuff in it, but it would have been just way too fat, and you wouldn't have been able to turn the pages. So I added an envelope that I folded and then cut the top for pockets, so you have a large recipe card here. People are so loud. And then there is a small one. So there's two pockets. There's one behind this one here, and then another one of Seneca Ponds, and then another fabric tag. And then some more recipes. And then I left the original. These were already in the binder when I got them, so I left them in here. And as you can see, they're a little wrinkled and stained. And I put the dividers in here, and I didn't put them throughout because, as you can see, it has some staining. So I wasn't sure if you wanted to use it, so I just thought whoever gets it can decide whether or not they want to use them or not. So that's it. There's the back. So I think it came out pretty cute. Was a little worried because, I'm a city girl and I was trying to go country. But I think I did a pretty good job. Let me know what you think. I love the little burlap bow with the little kettle. But let me know what you think. This will be listed in my Etsy shop pretty much by the time you see this video, unless I have some technical difficulties like I was having earlier today. But it will be there sometime today. Okay, you guys? Thank you so much for watching. And if I don't talk to you before the weekend, oh yeah, I will. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.